Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of shit. It's not the morning, it's like right before I go to bed, kind of type. And yeah, today I had a decent day. I I was out doing art stuff at like one of the places where I go to, and I also got my saxophone in the mail, and I was really excited to play um, when I came home. And then I didn't eat for very long, so I kind of just like got very tired and very frustrated at my tiredness. And I don't know, I'm kind of like just feeling not depressed, but just like hopeless because I'm slowly realizing that the things that like my dreams and stuff aren't like possible yet. Like there are a lot of things that I need to set up that takes a lot of time, and I don't know, it just feels like there are so many like roadblocks, which I know is of course a part of like life, but I also feel like I'm slowly realizing that maybe I'm not actually gonna achieve the things that I'm like usually like 100% believe that I can, because I've realized like when I've said no to like getting help from the government about like getting a job, I am losing like all like economic support, I believe. And so I'm either gonna have to like take up a loan and then like YOLO it and like just treat that as like a timer until I fucking kill myself or something. Like whenever that money runs out, I just fucking die. Or I get a job and then I find out how to like balance life, because I've realized like I cannot do like, for example, this weekend and today, like I had a few days on like Tuesday, no, like Thursday, Friday, and Thursday, I think, were like chilling days. And so I were out doing stuff like 3 days now in a row, and I just feel like completely drained. And I don't know how I'm supposed to be like valuable in a business or like in a like anything, because if I have if I then have a job that I have like specific days, even if I have like half my week off, like if I have any other days like booked, like no, if I have like other activities throughout that week, I'm not gonna have time to like actually relax, and therefore I'm just gonna, I don't know, like get I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get like burnt out like constantly. Of course, I don't know this yet since I'm experiencing this real time. Like you watching these in like the future um might look back and like, whoa, this went like perfectly, or like, bruh, the man is delusional, and this is like the, I don't know, his spiraling thoughts before like whatever is gonna happen. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like everything is like whenever I have good days, or I don't like the term like good and bad days because it's often like perspective based. Um, but whenever I get like really tired or like exhausted for like a few days, like I start spiraling down into like a pit where like the most, I don't know, the most like normal things just seem so like, I don't know, unbelievably hard. And I just don't see like a logical reason for how I can survive. Like how could I fit into the future? Like how how is that supposed to happen? Because like I'm clearly not useless, but I'm also clearly not like useful, I feel. And therefore it's like kind of like limbo because I'm like bouncing up to like, yeah, I'm useful and stuff, and then like down to like, bro, I'm literally just a burden. And I don't know, it just feels like I can't really like give any value back to society, and I don't feel like society believes in me as much as I tend to do. And therefore it's like, I don't know, it wouldn't be very fair if I just stumbled into whatever my dreams may be, because then it might feel like, I don't know, it might not feel like it's worked for, and I might feel a little less happy about them than if I actually like have a hard time reaching my goals. And I know that is like a point of satisfaction. Like you can't, or I probably wouldn't, I probably would be somewhat satisfied if I had gotten like everything handed to me, but I think there would be like a missing a part, missing a part of the like the journey. And if I don't have the journey, I might like, or the harder the journey is, the tougher you get, I guess. So like if I have a hard journey compared to like a like way too easy, because I do feel like a lot of the things that happens come way too easily. And like whenever stuff doesn't come very easily, it's like, bro, what the fuck? And then I just don't know what to do. And yeah, I don't know, it's just, yeah, whenever I get too tired, I just start like having like no faith in like the systems and like stuff. And I start to see like, bro, the least like the things that like take the least amount of energy sometimes just fucking overpower everything, and I'm just like left without any more energy to give from like seemingly simple things. Like for example, just going to the store. It's just on the in the wrong time, or at the wrong time, it just kills me for a week or longer sometimes. And I don't know, I've heard that I don't know, it's it's just, I don't I don't know, everything is just like, there's so many variables changing all of the time, and my brain can't really comprehend it. So I don't know, I think I yearn back to the times where I've like put myself in a bubble and just disconnect from the world, because I have like a fixed amount of things that I can actually focus on, instead of having to like process so many things all the time, like constantly getting bombarded with shit, and just like, I don't know, seeing it through a simpler lens. And I know that I could, in theory, just like disconnect from the world. Like, I don't have any like real responsibilities, so I could technically just like sit at home and just like block all calls for like a week, and just whenever anyone asks me why I'm not showing up or answering or whatever, not just not answer, because I've done that a few times before, because this is just sometimes where I just can't do anything. And I think I've had some of those bubbles for like months or weeks, or sometimes just days, but yeah, it can take a lot of time. And I don't know, I feel it's kind of like I feel better because there's less to take in, but there's also less to learn. There's also less to do, which is nice when I have very little energy left and I'm like at the breaking point. But whenever it's like, I don't know, whenever I don't have any energy, or whenever I just do too much without like chilling, it just fucks me up, and I I don't know. I just feel too weak for the like what society finds, or what society thinks should be like the bare minimum of doing, and like you should be at least this good, or like you should at least be able to like do stuff every day, and like be like good on like every day, having like every day as a productive day, except for weekends. But I guess weekends are meant for like collapsing, like dying inside, and like letting yourself not kill yourself, and like having like the chance to like regain your mental health, I guess. But it's, I don't know, it also just feels like everything is just this like really huge like pool that you just need to find whatever in the water. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like it's, I don't know, after ever no after I was at um the game course thingy, I was like, huh, maybe I want to become like a game developer, or try that out, because I have like 5 months left on my thingy. And if I do like get a job, I guess it would be worth it. But I don't know, I just feel like all of those, like having to like rely on other people understanding my struggles, and like them like having to explain what I need to like function better. Just feel like that's gonna end up with like a lot of um, misunderstandings, and like, I don't know. It might also be just like the same as whenever like people who consider themselves as like not artists, and like not able to learn to draw because they what if it's what if they're bad, right? Because I met some, or there is one person at this one place that I go to every now and then, who always compliments like the stuff that I'm able to do, and then I'm trying to like let them know that it's like I'm improving at all of these different things, not because I'm born with talent, not because I'm born with the ability to, for example, like play saxophone. I've never been able to play saxophone. I've never been able to play like a instrument, other than like pressing keys on the piano and like play like muscle memory a few songs. Like I don't understand how piano works, and that doesn't matter to like the people who don't know how to play a piano or doesn't know anything. Like the less you know about something, the more the more impressed you are at like things that like maybe might not be very like technically cool or whatever. Like for example, like not knowing the theory behind piano, but you can play like a song, and that might be very impressive. But it's only a song. It's only like muscle memory based, right? And I don't know how to read sheet music, and yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that person that I talked about, they they tell me that like, or at least today they told me that they were like looking at one of my things, like I've started using like acrylic paints again, um, in my sketchbook, and I showed it to them, and they were like, "Oh, that looks so fun! I wish I could do that." And then I was like, "Yeah, you should give it a try, because it is really fun." And they go like, "Ah, no, but I don't know how to do it, so I'm just gonna not do it. I'm just gonna keep doing the things that I learned when I was a child." And then I was like, "No, you can you you don't." And then they just walked off because they like, I don't know. And that is kind of the thing that you realize with art stuff. You can't really tell those people that, hey, you just base, or not just because I've talked about like how I hate when people say just do this. Like I don't like that. But whenever people say that, oh, I want to try this, but what if I'm bad? It's kind of like, um you see a cake or whatever, and something like, yeah, like a cake, and then you look at it and like, oh, that looks so delicious, but I don't want to taste it because what if it tastes bad? And like, that might make sense to someone, because like, oh yeah, I wouldn't taste the cake because what if it leaves a bad taste in my mouth? Like that would be disgusting, right? But like, it's a cake and it looks delicious, right? And like, you see other people enjoying it, like you see people like, yo, this is so good, this cake is so good, and like the person is just like, oh yeah, I really want to try it, and then, but what if I hate it? I'm not gonna taste it because what if I hate it, right? um that is kind of how it looks from like an artist's perspective. whenever someone is like, "Oh no, I don't want to. I want to try it," or "I wish I could do that," right? I wish I could try starting to learn how to play the drums, because that was another thing that they told me when I showed them, when I brought like the saxophone, like the plastic saxophone thingy. Um, I met them in the like the hallway, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to see the stuff I started learning?" And then they were like, "Yeah," and then they assumed that I was just good at it because I was just born with the talent, and that person is like pretty old, and so they've learned to like think that you need to be born with the talent, or else you will never be good at it, and you should never try it if you're not already amazing at it. And like, you should just keep away from trying new things because you will be bad, and if you're bad, that means you should be ashamed of yourself instead of like enjoying whatever you make, because they do, and they tell me that they enjoy that one thing that they do, because they only do one thing, and that's like all they do. And of course that is fun to them, but when they say like, "Oh, I wish I could try drums because I really like drums, and used I always tap my fingers on my lap and stuff like that," and then like tell them that like, "Yeah, you should find like a course or something like that where they teach you," and then they're like, "No, but what if I'm bad?" And like that, I don't wanna try it because I could be bad at it, and I don't wanna do that. And like, you can't really tell them, but you can like realize yourself like, when am I doing this? Because we will all end up doing that, and that is why it can feel so frustrating when someone else says stuff like that, because you subconsciously or consciously know that you have or are currently doing the same thing, and you're just as uh, I don't want to say ignorant, but you're just as um, set on what you believe, and like unable to like convince yourself that like, "Oh yeah, that is a non up, up no, that is a less than um, good." I don't know, it's a it yeah, I don't know, I feel like being mindful of when you're frustrated with people, because often it's like you seeing yourself in someone, and the thing you see is something you dislike with yourself, and then like when someone else shows that trait, it kind of feels like they're mocking you, kind of, in a way, because it's like, "Oh yeah, you know this thing that you realize that you do, or maybe you don't even realize yet you do this yet. Yeah, I'm gonna show this to your face, and I'm gonna be obnoxious about it." And I like, people who don't have that fault, or like don't mind that fault, they don't like really get frustrated because they don't have that exact fault. Maybe they have other faults, but not that one, so they might not be frustrated. And that is one of the signs that I use whenever I try to like see if someone is frustrating to me because I have a problem with myself, or if like someone is being annoying. Because often like if I'm surrounded by other people and like nobody is faced by the thing that's been done, then I'm like, okay, that's probably just me having something, like my brain be like, no, my ego, I don't want to be impacted by this shit. And then like, yeah, but then again, it could be like different things. I think my sleeping medication is turning on right now. I took it like 1 hour ago and it takes like an hour. Hopefully, I ate enough because whenever I don't eat, I end up having like panic attacks and like kind of like psychosis type effects. I just start feeling like really paranoid. Like every second now, and any second now, I'm just gonna get like jumped by some guy just running towards me or whatever, and like I don't know. I have to like check every corner because around every corner it just feels like someone's staring at me, and I like have a hard time breathing, and like standing up just kind of makes me feel like I'm gonna pass out, and then like everything just goes like grainy and stuff, kind of like whenever no, not Spider-Man, Slenderman, like in the Slenderman games, when Slenderman is like right next to you, you hear like like the that is kind of like how it feels. And yeah, I don't know, it just feels terrifying like every time. So many times I've been like, nah, I've always that stuff is just, I'm just pretending or whatever, and like it's not actually that bad. And then whenever I just like, no, I'm just not gonna eat first or whatever, and then I just realize like, oh shit, like it's actually that bad, and like it's just, I don't know, it feels like I I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm dying or something, and like, or something is about to kill me or something. And yeah, I don't know, it's not fun. I ended up having one of those like moments while I had someone on over recently, um, and I don't know, it just felt like I started dreaming, and like I felt high, um, in like a not a good way. Just felt like I had no control, and like I just couldn't breathe properly. Like I would forget to breathe and I would get super dizzy, and I would have to like sit down and like wait for like 10 minutes until I could like stand up again for like 2 minutes, and then I had to sit again. And I was trying to make food because I was like, oh yeah, shit, okay, this is happening again. And then it just, I don't know, it goes from like no effect to like I'm going to get killed by some kind of shit in the corner of my eye or whatever in like 2 seconds. I need to fucking, I don't know, remove myself before that thing can spawn or whatever. And then I just like, oh wait, no, I'm hungry, and then I just chow down. And often after I've taken it, my appetite just spikes, so I end up eating like way too much, way too late, and then I wake up feeling like, I don't know, my body image is like slowly just fucking up, I feel like. And I don't know, I feel like I'm slowly going to gain back all of the weight that I lost from starting like my ADHD medication. And I don't know, in my mind it's kind of like, oh no, I don't want to do that because I feel so good, like very like skinny and stuff. I like just sliding around whenever I walk, like not having to like, I don't know. And I also just never get like tired from walking. I get sweaty, but I don't get tired while walking. I can walk for like several hours and just be like completely fine. And I'm only like thirsty if I don't drink. I'm thirsty, or oh yeah, I'm either thirsty and I have a crazy migraine or like headache or whatever, or I am sweaty and like itchy, because I often get like really itchy and stuff, and I hate that stuff. Like I hate working up a sweat to the just barely when you start to sweat, because it's not enough to like fully sweat, but it's enough to like open the pores or whatever, and like keep the stuff like itchy and stuff. I don't know, I hate that. And I figured, like, since I had very little energy today, after I had like spent all my energy, and I had also drank like 2 cups of coffee both days, like yesterday and the day before. um so like I'm kind of also like dealing with like caffeine withdrawal, so it might be one of the reasons for why today is just like progressively like feeling worse and worse. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna lay on the couch, recharge for a bit. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna recharge my mind while looking at some random YouTube videos and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and try to have a nap or whatever. And then I couldn't like stop thinking about bad things. Um, and so I was like, okay, what if I just like um breathe weirdly? Like I would breathe out all the air in my lungs and like collapse my windpipe for like until I like like the signal your brain goes like you're gonna fucking die if you don't breathe or whatever. And like I did it until like stuff like that, and then I breathed in like all the way, and then I held it for like a very long time, and then I would like recirculate like a tiny bit of air to like move the air in my lungs, and then I would hold it there for like a long time, and then I would breathe out completely, and then like until the brain goes like you're dying, and then do that for like a few times until I just stopped thinking about bad things, because I was only thinking about like, bro, I'm dying or something because I don't breathe correctly. Like I was at some points I was like, wait, did I just lose control of the muscles? And then I was like, yo, bro, okay, am I gonna die? And then I was like, no, wait, never mind. And then I don't know, it just felt weird because I just felt like I had lost like control over the muscle and like spasming. But I don't know, I feel very tired now. I feel like I could fall asleep, but I also gotta piss, so I'm not gonna fall asleep right now, because if I fall asleep right now, I'm gonna have another like piss dream where the only thing that I think about is going to be trying to piss. And since I'm since I'm fully clothed right now, I would be like really warm, and every time I'm warm when I sleep, I have a nightmare, and so I would very likely end up like pissing myself or something because I would be warm from like the clothes and the piss in my bladder, and I would be like probably like jump scared by Five Nights at Freddy's something type beat. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like kind of I don't know. This making this video kind of helped me um like get my hopes up for whatever basically. I don't know, cuz I don't know. I was originally way more dramatic in my head because everything was just like dramatic in my head. But the more I talked about this stuff, the less or the more I was like, yeah, my brain is just being tired today, and like I'm dramatizing stuff that doesn't really, or that isn't really. I don't know. My brain just warps stuff into like disproportionate amounts. Like if I'm slightly frustrated with stuff, if I get tired, my brain is just like, okay, I should just kill myself right now. There is no point in keeping on going. And like uh if I don't know, one of my let's see, let's say if like I don't know, something broke or whatever, like if my phone broke, I would be like, bro, this is a sign of God, or like whatever, that I should fucking die right now. Like fucking, I don't know. I don't have any alcohol. Like me and my friend, I had like half a liter of like 60%. But me and my roommate, we drank it like a long time ago, and I've been, I was thinking about getting more. Like last time I had like a depressive time or whatever, like low energy state. But I luckily like got back my like everything kind of worked out. I felt like, but now everything is kind of like I see that like the more I talk about like achieving my dreams and stuff, the less or the further away I get from them. But I guess I'm like realizing like all the steps that I haven't been seeing, and so instead of the, my dreams becoming less likely, it's more like me realizing how much I need to learn to actually achieve my dreams, because I don't want to achieve my dream by like, I don't want to get famous from like one video. I don't want the algorithm or whatever from like either this like um like either my other YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. Like, I don't want to make one video that just suddenly gets like thousands of people subscribed and stuff, because I wouldn't know what to do with that. I wouldn't know how to take it any further. And therefore, it would be very stressful because I would be like trying to contain that while I actually like might benefit a lot more from just making stuff that I like. And then after a long time, where more and more people who enjoy the same kind of stuff just gather and stick around. Like the people who don't stick around, who are only interested in like the stuff that I'm not interested in or whatever, they don't stick around, and I don't need them to stick around because they don't really do anything for that kind of stuff, because they would they would be a number, like a higher number. So in theory the algorithm might be better with those, but like I don't know, those people aren't really it's kind of like they're oranges when I'm trying to find apples type vibe. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. I wanted to start like making a game today, but I guess I had a lot more stuff going on and I didn't have any more energy. And yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow I'm not gonna have time to have any time. I won't have time for any game making either. And maybe if I have the same passion for it that I had after like yesterday when I got home um from the game thingy, like I had so much passion for like, oh, I want to become a game designer or whatever, and like it was like, yo, that is the final piece, that I'm want the One Piece reference. um it's like the final puzzle piece. It felt like if I learn how to program, there are so many things that I could do. Everything from like robotics to like games to scripts that like do stuff. I could even like use Blender with more whatever, with like Python and stuff. Oh, but I don't know. I asked the guy if they needed like an intern, because they would get like support from the government if they took me in, but they already have one. So I don't know. I felt like that company might be like, yo, I want to that, like that is my future. If or I wanted that to be my future, maybe. And I was like, I don't know. I guess if they needed a an intern straight away, I probably would have asked if I could have started working there. And since I have the meeting with like the the government people with like about work stuff on Thursday, I was like, yo, it's so well timed, because I'm ready to like give up on that, and that means that I'm gonna lose support from like the government. Like I will basically be homeless in a few months, and I will have like no income. And I don't know. I feel like if I ended up working a regular job, I would not live for very long. Um, or if I get a job, it might be better if I take the help from like the government. now I've been kind of like, I've told them like, hey, I wanna like do stuff on my own. I don't see the point in like trying out that stuff, because what if I get like trapped in the thing? And I realized today that like, oh yeah, that is kind of the same mindset as like that person that I met who didn't want to try um like acrylic paints, because what if they're bad at it, and didn't want to try drums because what if they're bad at it. Like I can see now that like me not taking the help, and like taking the government's help in like getting a more dedicated, or like a job that suits my needs more. Well, it's kind of the same as like not trying out acrylic paint and drumming, because I feel like I realized that, oh yeah, programming is kind of fun when you know sort of what you're doing, or when you like yeah, when you know what you're doing, kind of, then it's a lot more fun than trying to like aimlessly do whatever through a YouTube tutorial, because the YouTube tutorial can't point out why you're making mistakes or what you're making mistakes on. And maybe I would wanna like find a um game studio who uses Unreal, because I kind of want to use Unreal. Even though some people say that like, oh yeah, it's like bad for optimization and bad for like gaming and stuff. It is a pretty fun program. Like it has a lot of strengths. Probably I don't know about the strengths of different uh, different types of game engines. So I guess I'm not qualified to talk about that. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm guessing I'm going to be like either cleaning up my living room, so I'm not stressed about that tomorrow, or I'm just gonna go and take a piss when I'm done with this and like fall asleep. I hope at least I have some energy to like clean up, because it looks like a bomb went off in my kitchen slash living room. And it kind of did. I was kind of a bomb. I came home and just made a huge mess. Um, but that was also kind of yesterday as well, and today, like this morning as well. Then again, also for like the like last 2 weeks, I guess, has been just everything has just slowly like become worse and worse, and that is kind of how my apartment is. Like I clean, like I make everything like very pretty clean and tidy like once, and then I try to maintain it and like do as much as I can, and then it just like exponentially just get worse and worse, because I have like less and less energy to put into it. And so, well, the noise pattern looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, no, it becomes exponentially worse and worse, and I don't know. It's just harder and harder to keep up with the demands of whatever. And I don't know. It also just like drains my energy more whenever my apartment is like untidy. So it's kind of like a reverse. No, it's like a snowball effect. Like me not cleaning up because I have low energy or no, not enough energy left over is making me have less energy or like recharge slower because of the mess, or because I feel like, I don't know, worse about the mess. And uh, then yeah, just loops like that. And when I opened the saxophone today, I realized like one of the like turny bits for like um the saxophone, no, the neck, the thing you screw to like hold the neck was like, the screw was broken, and so luckily I could just slide it on, but I can't like um remove the screw because it goes too far in. I think maybe I could if I screwed all the way through, and then there should be, maybe I could like super glue it onto the like the threaded thing onto the screw handle or whatever. But I don't really know. Yeah, I'm thinking of stopping here because yeah, I'm just so fucking tired now. Yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.